Hollingsworth, aka the Dreadheaded Cowboy, here with us on the
What Y'all Podcast.
So we want to give y'all an introduction to Mr. Hollingsworth. We're going to allow him to do his own introduction, and we're going to get off into some questions and things of that nature, man. But once again, I'm one of your gracious and humble hosts, Rocco Crisis, and right across from me,
Kay Corinne, and behind me,
you got your girl, She Chef Keish, aka Nacho Mama Punch, and I hooked it up today, y'all.
Yeah, we're going to get to that later.
Hey, it's your boy Zay Major. We in the building.
We appreciate y'all for tuning in and dealing with our little technical difficulties.
Yes,
Man, it's our first time popping as we go. We'll get better, we promise you. So we appreciate y'all tuning in and staying with us, man. That shows us how loyal you are to the game and how we are dedicated to bringing y'all this information for y'all today. So, Mr. Hollingsworth, can you come on with it and explain to us who you are, what it is that happened to you, man, and come on with it so we can get off into this conversation.
For a lot of people that don't know who I am, I'm Hollingsworth, also known as the Dreadheaded Cowboy.
Hey.
I'm the guy that took his horse from the Dan Line Expressway September 21st. Doing a protest march for Kids Lives Matter.
Yes.
Bringing attention to a much needed cause.
Yes.
Nobody's talking about.
Absolutely.
And, I had got locked up after the riot.
Now break that down to me, bro. Okay, so you were using your platform, riding your horse, you know, the Dreadhead Cowboy thing, to bring awareness to all kids matter. Did something happen that made you want to go into that specific lane? Like, what happened that made you say you want to go into this lane to present yourself and bring attention?
Because if you look at the murder rate on our kids, our youth for 2020 is the highest rate on the kids that got killed, and nobody's not voicing for them. It's like they voice don't mean nothing. Nobody ain't voicing for them. And I felt like since I got a platform and I got a voice, why not be the voice for the kids? So I started doing what I was supposed to do as far as voicing for the kids. And I guess people wasn't liking my platform and what I was voicing about.
People as who? Like, who became a big obstacle to you being able to do this? Because didn't you say at one point you were getting a police escort?
Yeah.
You can see that in the picture, actually. Yeah.
It's like everybody give me the cold shoulders right now, like I'm on bone right now. And it's like for a person that's actually out here trying to do something positive and something that like on the expressway, he took my horse on the expressway, yeah, but people that was trying to do something for the community. Even people that's trying to do things for the community and for the kids, and it's like we not getting that. We not getting no type of funding to anything in our community, but it's okay for it to have an option, but you can't have it in it.
right. So what would you say the power is in protesting? Because in the 60s, we all seem to understand it, and the 70s, but these days when people protest, a lot of people don't understand the spirit of it or the purpose of it. What would you say the purpose is?
Well, a lot of, like, I guess this protesting, like this time right now, it ain't what the protesting used to be back in the day. It's like protests right now, people just got a lot of stuff. They just want to relieve all that negative stuff. They feel like they can just do what the hell they wanted to do because, you know, that's a way that people want to release their anger, their frustration, and that's not the reason for protest.
Right.
So, my question to you is, out of all the streets or avenues that you could have picked, what made you pick the expressway? Because I thought that was dope as hell. Don't get me wrong. What made you choose the expressway?
Let me ask you a question. Did you hear about any of the marches I did?
I've seen a few marches that you did, and I've also seen you in the media a lot. So that wasn't my first time ever seeing you.
Talk about the marches.
No. The first thing that brought my attention to you was you riding on the E-way. Cause I'm like, who is Buddy on the E-way? That was the first thing that even brought anything you was doing to the attention to the forefront.
Like a lot of people didn't know anything about me until I did that. But before that, I done so much for the community. Like
Come on with it.
Brag about what I did.
Come on with it. Tell us about it. Give us your history. This your platform, bro. Tell us what you've done to be able to tell. Come on with it.
I started off bragging in Chicago, all over the city, northeast, south, west. I've been
Yeah.
all over the city. Just
Yeah.
to give the kids the opportunity to get on a horse, to be on a horse, to be around a horse, and to tell them about a horse. I never had that growing up. My first time ever being around a horse, yet alone on top of a horse 4 years ago.
Okay.
And 2 years ago,
Wow.
I decided about one and wanted to give these kids something that I didn't have growing up.
Okay.
Right.
Like these horses actually changed my life. Like
Wow.
I used to be them kids out there. A lot of people say I was them kids, but not I was really them kids out there. The little bad little kids. You ask anybody that grew up with me, they be like, I love who you became.
Wow.
Everybody thought I was gonna be a daddy in jail, but I didn't beat the odds. All my homies are dead in jail. I have no friends. My horses was my friends.
Okay.
And that's a cool thing that you just went.
But yeah. So I done done other marches when I had the kids out there marching, screaming "Kids Lives Matter" through the neighborhood that is happening in.
Okay.
Nobody's not talking about that.
True story.
They not talking about. I know y'all heard about when they talk about ain't no black people allowed in little village in the Hispanic.
Yeah. On the side note, we'll talk about that little village stuff too. But yeah, I got you. Go ahead. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And they not talking about that. But I just had I did all this and helped us people protest on I stopped protesting Black Lives Matter because it contradicts ourselves. Because how we gonna be out there screaming Black Lives Matter when we out there killing ourselves?
Exactly. I agree.
It ain't no. How could you?
Exactly.
It's
See,
the KKK. We
it's-
work the KKK. We the 2020 KKK.
right.
So
Yep.
we killing ourselves and they just sit back and watching us.
Yep. It's like it seemed like only Black Lives Matter when the police do something to somebody, which is not fair. Because Black Lives Matter should matter to Black lives as well. But it seemed like when black people do something to black people, Black Lives Matter don't count at that moment. But when the police do something, it matter. And it shouldn't be like that. And like you said, we done had too many children that have died or been shot and stuff like that because these people not paying attention to black lives.
And
that shit ain't cool at all.
I agree with that 100%. So you said that they came and they arrested you. Can you get off into that part, or I know it's an open case? Is it still an open case?
Man, listen, I can talk about it. At first, I was wary about talking about it, but it's like I'm talking about it.
Come on.
It needs to be heard.
Yep.
So I woke up that morning on September 21st, and I had not my youngest son, my second youngest with me, and we was asleep, and I woke up and I don't know if y'all can hear this. I was going down.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the murder children.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
Why do we got to come home in order for us to voice
You right.
that our kids' future is? I don't want to wait until they're at home.
Right.
I want to, kids lives matter, save our children, save our future. Because the kids are our future.
You right.
20, 30 years from now, who's going to take care of us?
True story.
Nobody's not voicing for the kids.
Because I'm afraid. My kids, I know my kids ain't going to take care of me. I hope I'm in a nursing home somewhere. So I hope these other kids step up like my nieces. Her kid, I hope one of them wipe my tail when I grow up. My kids, I'm in trouble.
Listen what you said, though. You said your kids ain't, but somebody else's kid going to do it.
True story.
But they gotta be here to do it.
So it goes deeper than just your kids.
Yeah.
True story. Though I'm joking, but still, true story though.
Yeah,
You know, the kids matter, man. You know, each generation got to take care of the former, and that's real. So I understand, but how did it get to a point where they wanted to arrest you?
Yeah.
Basically, I brought the attention to Chicago that Chicago don't need. We
Right.
don't need that type of attention to
I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For the census.
They basically trying to make her look bad at the same time. So me accepting that job for her, I didn't think nothing about political. I'm not political at all.
Right.
I don't care who becomes president.
Right.
Though you gotta understand what you're doing is a political move. You do understand that what you did was a political move.
What you talking about? You talking about the expressway or me working with the census?
No, you being on the horse, drawing attention to yourself, riding down the street, that was a political move. You do understand. I know you're not a political cat, but you drew attention to yourself to a point where you wanted media and other people to get your point across.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, it became a political move. You understand that, right?
So let me ask you the question. What about the rats I didn't throw that?
What about?
Were those
I
political
believe
moves?
anything. I believe anything that you did to draw attention to those specifics, to the all kids matter. I think at that point it became political, because at that point, in order for anything to change, it has to change politically. So when you drew attention to it, because here I say this. If you were just out dealing with the kids, then that's one thing. But the moment you wanted to draw attention to you for the kids, it then became political. And that's what I mean. Yes, I understand you not being political, but you got to understand that the move you made itself was political, though you yourself is not a political person. You get what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Not to negate what you did, bro. I love what you did. I just want you to understand that when you put yourself Mayday on the front line and you want media in your face and you want them people to recognize what it is you bringing attention to, I need you to understand that then you become political. And that's all I'm saying. But go ahead. I'm sorry. But go ahead. You could
open my eyes because you do make sense. I never thought about it in that way. So that just definitely, it makes perfect sense. I felt like it was when I did the sentence for Lori Lightfoot, and they were trying to make her look bad. Matter of fact, they is trying to make her look bad.
which is also political. Which is also was a political move. She's a black LGBT community mayor of the third largest city in the country. You know, as people want to tear her down politically. So understand that they're going to use her and her connection with you to try to bring both of you down at the same time. Because that's not a look that they want representing the city. So that's why I say you to be conscious and to be aware is to be alive, bro. And all I'm doing is letting you know that those moves you were making, yeah, people was plotting on your moves behind you because they don't want none of that to be at the forefront. So in order to make you and Lori look bad at the same time, they pulled it, Joe. And I need you to understand that that's politics. That's politics. We politic in the street, my dude. We politic out here. Even when we ain't politicians, we politicking when we trying to move in position and do the things we do. So you got to understand it works at that level too, is all I'm saying.
I actually have another question. So I know that the reason that they arrested you was politically motivated, but what was the charge, that you were given at the time when they arrested you?
They charged me with 3 misdemeanors and a felony. The 3 misdemeanors are trespassing state lines.
Wait, whoa, what? I'm sorry.
You said trespassing the state line. That's
They
the first one.
How do you
It's
trespass
3.
on the state line?
Well, he got 2 more felony. He got 2
I don't
more
understand that one.
felony. What
Is
was
that the
other?
misdemeanor or is that a felony?
That's the misdemeanor.
That's the misdemeanor.
Okay, go ahead. And what are the other misdemeanors?
Disorderly conduct and disobeying police order or something like that.
Wow.
And what about the felony?
The felony is cruelty to animals.
Wow, that is ridiculous.
Okay, so can you break down to me what in the hell was those charges when they came in and they issued them to you? What was your response to them charges?
They had been at the police station for 2 days because they didn't know what to charge me with.
Because it's like,
Politics.
yeah.
When they locked me up, my only charge was the misdemeanor. They can't hold you off the misdemeanor. They supposed to let you go. They slapped the felony cruelty to animal, which they don't supposed to, because in order for them to charge for the cruelty to animal, it would have had to be in my background.
So, did they grab you while you were in the process of doing it? Or did they come grab you later?
They actually, when I was on the expressway, I got on 32. I was dragging. The state's attorney basically said that I was beating my horse, and it collapsed, and I was beating it to get up. I was on the expressway, and I was beating my horse to keep going, and I was looking at the judge like, you know how many people that seen this video, and you didn't not once see this horse collapse, you didn't see me beating on this horse, but y'all let these people sit here and say that this horse collapsed.
So
the horse never collapsed?
My horse never collapsed.
Wow.
Listen to this. If y'all found one video of my horse collapsing or me beating my horse, I'll give y'all fast out.
No. We ain't
No,
seen that because we was looking.
Seen it, and I was watching.
I didn't
never
see
seen
that.
the horse collapse.
you can still give us the 5,000.
We'll take the 5 G's though. But no, we take donations. No, we didn't see none of that, my dude. Like,
So, did you have an attorney representing you during this time, or were you representing yourself?
Like, I had the attorney I had at first. You could tell, like, all the attorneys, they trying to represent for the political. They want the attention.
Yeah.
They have profile case.
Right.
So I don't need that. I don't need a person that's trying to listen. Let's beat this and get your name. I don't mind beat this,
Yeah,
but
you
don't
get-
play and drown me out. Because the more you drown me out,
The more money you gotta pay.
There wasn't no point in me getting on the E-way.
Right.
Like you drown me out, I wasn't no point in me going out there. So I did that for no reason. No, I want to keep this message going.
Right.
It's important that this message keep going.
Right.
Because if I let you drown me out, it was no point in me being out there.
Now, do you feel safe now? I mean, we know that Chicago is no stranger to, retaliation, to cover-ups, to conspiracy, to people dying, and they died in their sleep. Going all the way back to Harold Washington. So now that you're a public figure fighting for a cause, do you feel like you're safe?
I feel like I was going to Chicago.
Absolutely.
Every day we going outside the house, I'm taking a chance.
Yeah.
So, this something like to be real with your life is not willing to die for what they believe in.
Right.
This something I'm willing to die for.
Right.
Like, I got kids, and I'd be damned if this shit happened to my kids.
Right.
So, I don't wanna witness that. So, I'm gonna keep fighting.
Right.
And if it ends up to that, then I'm willing.
So at this point right now, do you still have your horses?
Not my last court date. I had a court date in January. The judge issued for me to be around no horse.
Wow.
So how do you
To the fact,
feel about that?
due to the fact, I feel like it's bullshit because
Yeah.
the judge say he don't know nothing about my case. He said he don't know nothing about me. Everybody sees me riding that horse on the expressway.
Right.
Yeah.
The whole world seen that. The whole world seen that. So he can't never tell me he didn't see this video. And he literally let the station attorney say that my horse collapsed.
Wow.
I'm trying to send y'all the transcript. They said my horse collapsed. I was beating it to get up. When it collapsed multiple times on the expressway, and it collapsed at the end of the expressway, get off the ramp. But everybody looking at that video, I was sitting on top of my horse when I got off that.
Yeah,
got off the
you're
ramp.
right.
We definitely saying that.
My
Is it
horse
only?
never collapsed. And for the judge to actually ban me from being around my horse, I feel like
That's terrible.
It's like they took one of your kids.
Now, is that order only in Illinois, or can you go to other states and do the same thing?
I'm bad. They made me give surrender all my horses.
How do your kids feel about that? Because I know they were probably used to being around them because you were around them all the time.
My kid, my oldest son, he understands. He's 13, he understands.
Okay.
My other kids, they still young, and they just like to be around the horses and whatnot. They always actually be on a horse. But my son actually understands. He said that you can't ride. They never said I can't ride.
I know that's right.
My son want to go out there, but I can't have my son out there by himself.
Right.
Well, now you understanding that the officials at hand these are all political moves, bro. It's a political move to stagnate you so you're unable to bring attention to what you're doing. It's kind of like Colin Kaepernick taking a knee. Everybody was so focused that he was disrespecting the flag and that he was disrespecting the United States, but it was totally oblivious to the reason why he was doing it. And the point of them, the reason why he was doing it, let me touch it, is police brutality against brown and black people. And he was bringing attention.
I never knew why he took the kneel. I didn't know nothing about. I knew he took the kneel, but I didn't know why he took the kneel, and I know everybody put him on bone too. Everybody turned their back.
Right.
Because the reason why he did it, the politics of the business took away from what he did it for and used the act as egregious and against the color. So what they did to you was the same thing they did to him. They used you riding that horse and said, oh, he abused us, he did this, so they can get you away from your message. Because the message makes them look bad. The message makes them look like the enemy and make them look like they the bullies. And what they pulled on you was the same thing. They got away from what you was doing it for and said, well, he's abusing this horse. He's breaking crime. He's breaking laws. He's a criminal. Disregard what he's doing it for. This is what he's doing, so this is why he needs to be punished. And that's why I say, bro, you gotta recognize politics. When you coming into that game and you trying to bring attention to what you bringing into, especially when in those politics that you using, it's a lane that can easily be mistaken as you bring attention to issues that's happening in the black community, issue happening against the kids in the black community, and they didn't want that issue brought up. So what they did was they used you as a target. They targeted you and used you in a whole totally different lane. Instead of you being a beacon of light for these kids, they turned around and said you were abusing animals. So that's where the politics come in at, bro. And you need to understand how that's maneuvering against you. You did?
Are you working with any politicians or anybody that's helping you with your case in regards to them banning you from riding the horses?
That again?
Are you working with anyone that can kind of counter this whole thing with you being banned from the horses? Is there anyone that's helping you get the access back to them?
No, I had my lawyer, my last lawyer I just had, I actually just fired him yesterday. The same lawyer, I just fired him yesterday because I feel like he's not keep on prolonging. I don't have time to prolong.
Right.
Right.
So,
He tells
actually,
me that my case gonna go on for over a year, Like this, as far as going like the legal system and as far as the court proceedings.
I think that's something that they always do.
so I'm surprised no other community activists or politicians have reached out to you.
I didn't hear you, bro. Say that again.
Because I'm not a part of the black. I said, do anybody know about a preliminary hearing?
Oh yeah, I definitely know about preliminaries. I know about them very well.
Okay, I didn't have a preliminary hearing.
They.
Due to the fact of they indicted.
Oh, okay.
Dang.
Yeah, so they indicted you just off of what they said? They didn't take you to preliminaries to review anything?
Listen, I didn't hear the judge. We don't know that a horse has the legal right to any roadway. I have the right to be on the expressway.
You definitely do.
Wow.
Research. I have the right to be on the expressway. Do research. If you do any type of research, Google, you're not gonna see a horse do not have no right of way on the expressway. We have a right of way over cars and pedestrians. So I had the right to be on the expressway. In order for the police to pull me over, they gotta have a probable cause of pulling me over.
And they didn't have
They
one.
probable cause of pulling me over. He took a horse on the expressway. That horse don't supposed to be on the expressway. They don't know that.
Right.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. The first time you went out there with the horse, you had a police escort. Did you tell somebody you was gonna do that? Or you just went and done it and they joined in?
The police definitely wasn't my escort.
Oh, they weren't?
Actually, he wasn't my escort at first. He was actually when I was passing first. He was actually right on the road, the shoulder of the road.
Yeah.
The reason why that happened because when the police try to cut me off, you see the police cut me off. When you can't cut no horse off.
No.
Right.
You can't.
Cut a horse off.
Right.
Go like this and try to get over it, and my horse clipped itself. That's why you see the bleeding right there, because my horse clipped itself because the police kept on trying to cut me off. They're
That's
not saying that.
crazy.
They make it seem like that my horse hub disconnected from the whatever.
Wow.
That's insane.
So at this point, what can we do? And what can anybody wants to help you? Anyone that believes in your cause, anyone that wants to further it, support you, what should they be doing? Is there a charity that we should be giving to? Are you looking to spread awareness through your Facebook information or your Instagram? Like, if you could tell the whole world what they can do to help you in this struggle, what would it be?
Are you looking for a new attorney?
Right now, and this to be real, I don't need no money. I don't need nobody's money. I'm not here for the money. Only thing I ask for the people is to
Support.
don't give up on our kids.
Yeah.
Our kids need voices. I open the door for the voice. Don't let them drown. They try to drown me out. But I need everybody else to support this movement. It ain't
Right.
like these kids last matter. Save our kids, whatever. Put me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get behind you. You ain't gotta get behind my boo. I'm gonna get behind you. I'm coming out, and I'm anything when it comes down to the kids, I'm there. And
Right.
then you can follow me on my page, Dreadheaded Cowboy. I'm on there and I post everything I got going on. And it's a straight kid. It's all about the kids when it comes down to that page. We don't talk about political. It's about the kids.
Okay.
And that's Dreadhead Cowboy on Facebook, and it's the exact same on Instagram.
Give
Are
all
you also
your
on Twitter?
information.
Right.
Give us all of your social media accounts. Say it right now. Tell us everything, how they can get in contact. If anybody want to support, if anybody want to join in your cause, give them all of your information right now so they know how to get in contact with you, so we can use this as a platform to get people out, to reach out their hand to help, especially some other people, like he was saying, some community activists who needs to get behind you
Mm-hmm.
and needs to get beside you, not behind you, beside you, and get out here in the forefront of making sure that these kids is all right, because you're in the midst of a fight for your life and your livelihood to be able to protect these kids, and instead of these people focusing on that, they're trying to make you a criminal. So any activist that's out there watching us need to get with this brother and try to help him get himself out this mud so we can get back in what his original focus was,
Right.
helping these kids.
All your info and your Gmail, if there's any kind of email address where people can send you questions about joining forces with you, go ahead and let us
Go
know how to
ahead
get
and
in
let us know
contact.
what it is.
I put it in that chat in the comment.
All right, perfect.
And now it's like that. A lot of the activists are actors.
True
Wow.
story. They're politicians, bro. They're politicians. So you got to play the game.
They're against me. I'm not on their team. I'm not an activist. I'm the voice for the
Right.
kids.
Right.
True story.
They keep on trying to put me in an activist. I'm not an activist. Call me the voice. I'm the voice for the kids. That's it.
And
I'm
also,
not an actor. I'm me. I'm not fake. And like they don't rock with me because I vote. A lot of activists are acting when the camera comes.
and ain't nothing wrong with
So,
that.
I'm
what-
me without the camera, with the camera.
When is your next court date?
My next court date is March 9th.
Okay.
So anybody out there, y'all understand March 9th is the next date that this young man goes out and he goes in the court system trying to defend his life. Y'all, if y'all want to support, y'all want to show up, y'all want to be there to make sure that he has some support, March 9th is the day. Where you
Yeah.
going, 26 Cali?
It's Zoom, so I put the Zoom link on my page. I can put the Zoom link on
Put
my
the
page.
Zoom link on your
Okay.
page. Put it on your page.
You know what time?
What time?
It's 9 o'clock.
Okay.
9 a.m., y'all. 9 a.m.
Well, we want to thank you for coming on the show today, for being with us, being our first guest. It's gonna be legendary in the end.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you for coming. Wish you could have been here. You could have been eating some of this dope She Chef quiche food, but I got you another time.
Yes, yes.
I'm a host to that.
Hold me
Yes.
to
But
it.
you're
I
now
keep my
part of
promises.
the What You On podcast family, bro. You got the access to any of us. Give us a hit if it's something you want to talk about, something you need us to do with you. Hit us in the E. Or we know Tina got my number. You know that's my family. We'll get it cracking, man. We'll just let us know what you need. You part of the family, man, because the support is real.
Also, I know a couple of really good attorneys, and they females. I'm gonna inbox you those too, just in case you need them. Not saying you do, but just in case, you know, you can hit them up. They are really. When I say really dope, really dope.
I'm a first-hand testament to one of them. She got me off a couple.
So, yeah.
All right, bro. We appreciate you, man. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for coming on the What You On podcast, and everybody else appreciate the show. Yeah, that was a good one, y'all. Now, we continue on doing what we've been doing, so we're just gonna go into the next one. All right. So that was Mr. Adam Hollingsworth, y'all. We appreciate him showing up, man. Dreadheaded with us, man. We appreciate you, bro, for showing up, man. That was an enlightening story. That was very amazing.
I think what he doing is dope as hell, and I don't think he should ever quit. And it's fucked up that they arrested him for something positive.
Mm-hmm.
They not getting the right people. They get all the wrong people, and it's sad to say. You know what I'm saying? Because there was nothing wrong with what he was doing
Right.
to bring attention to something that matters the most to us. Because all of us sitting here have kids. And he got kids, so that in itself was a beautiful thing to do.
There was something wrong with it. He didn't include them.
Right.
There it is.
That's
Wow.
what it was.
There it is.
So
Message.
yeah,
He be having them jewels. I told you, the boy don't just be sitting back there quiet for
They
nothing.
be quick when
He
you
be
be ready.
shooting them. Yeah, man, that's a true story. Because he didn't include them, their pride got involved.
Mhm.
We're
exactly.
gonna show him. We're gonna put him in his place.
He didn't include them
Well,
in his
people is
attention.
amazing, man. People is amazing, and that's a hard situation to be in when you know in your heart you're doing what's right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
People always telling you you're doing something wrong.
Right.
Where do you stand?
Well, MLK called those unlawful laws.
And there's a lot of them throughout the system, man. Talking about them other things, how these people outlaw something until they feel like it should no longer be, or when they see that it's profitable for them, and then all of a sudden the law just changed. They don't do that. They just change prohibition. This marijuana that's going on, like it was illegal forever until they just felt like, oh no, we can make money from it. Let's go ahead and change it.
Mm-hmm.
And you just decide to do it.
Right. I've seen him on the news so many different times before this expressway situation, and I never called him the Dreadhead Cowboy. I called him the Black Cowboy.
Right.
So I just need to keep on doing what he's doing. Forget who don't like it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
And he
saying?
seems strong enough to keep it
He's
moving.
super
That's
strong,
the
yeah.
fact that right now he's banned from being on those horses like that. To me, that was the biggest gut check of it
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, why didn't Lori or some of the other aldermen step up?
Say
to help?
something.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't a cruelty to his animal. He used his animal as what it was. His
Actually, the
vehicle.
police hurt the animal.
Exactly.
They did that.
So,
and
and
then
then
they
they
tried to
blame
charge him for cruelty.
came up with a
Y'all hit
whole
my car,
story.
y'all hit my horse with a car.
Yeah, but you know what?
When
When they
story about the horse collapsing.
Yeah, and then not only that, when I was following some of like once he got arrested and the stuff that they were saying or whatever, he said that the police hurt his horse and they blamed it on him. He said that.
So that's some shit you can't make up. And so on that note, Rocco, please, if you would honor us with today's
Yeah, man,
Can't
listen.
Make This Shit Up segment.
Hey,
They
man.
made up the fact that this plate fire.
It's fire is the word. Isaiah over there on fire right
Yeah,
now.
she got some jalapenos in here.
She's sweating right now.
But it's hot. But she hooked it up today though.
Okay.
What is it?
So today's can't make this stuff up, man. Understand this here, man. I hear some amazing stories, and you know, I was always raised, if you're gonna do something illegal, man, don't let your significant other know what you're doing. But if you're doing it with your significant other, everybody shut the hell up. In this situation, I have an armored truck guard and boyfriend who end up robbing her for $100,000. Let me say this again. An armored truck guard,
It's the woman.
and she was robbed by her boyfriend
On the armored truck.
on the armored truck. So this happened in Memphis, Tennessee, y'all. So both of them locked up, and what happened was she get robbed. They take her to the police station. to question her on, what happened with the robbery. It's an armored truck. It's $100,000.
They're gonna take her to the police station.
We need to go talk about this. She gets there. The woman openly admits after being questioned that she and her boyfriend had a conversation about it happening.
Wow.
And then it went from that to her openly admitting that her boyfriend robbed her.
She was on the truck by herself.
Yeah, well, I guess where she was.
Armor car trucks normally have like 3 people on.
Yeah,
But that was during COVID. Hey, listen, man. I told y'all last time during this COVID, man, people been slacking.
True story.
People been slacking on everything around the block. And they using the COVID as a means to try to save some bread and save money in their corporations, so they can only have a certain amount of people in for what it is. Now you got 100,000. You only got this woman alone guarding 100,000.
That's crazy.
That don't make no sense.
Yeah. But lucky couldn't have been me, because me and my girl, we took that to the grave. We just had us 100,000. We worked it out later. I don't think mine would gave me up.
Hell no. I don't even know what they said to cracker, because
I can't get it. I can't understand. Like,
there probably was a third party involved. Only reason she would have a reason to say something is if somebody had leverage. Like maybe she told a coworker, maybe somebody overheard them on the phone, maybe somebody saw her texting when she usually don't text. Like somebody probably had some intel.
Let me tell you something. I've dealt with the law before, and they'll lie to you to get you to tell.
Yeah.
And that's probably what they did to her.
Yeah.
That's all right with her.
Yeah.
Your boyfriend said that you had something to do.
And you gotta have some airtight trust in a situation like that to not believe them and roll them dice.
Man, you wait until them people have to reveal what it is they have against you. Shut the hell up. You seen them you seen them videos where you got the 2 Jewish lawyers on there telling you, man, if you get pulled over by the police for doing a crime and they get you over, first thing you need to do, and the other one said, shut the fuck up. And the other said they get to ask you, because they get you down there and they get to trying to harass you and push you to tell anything, what do you do? And the other one say, shut the fuck up. So in other words, at the bottom of this line, what they supposed to do? Shut the fuck up. That's what they were supposed to do. You wait until those people have to, what is it when they have to show what evidence they have against you?
So I haven't been in jail in a long time.
But it's something that they call it. They have to.
Evidence.
Yeah, but it's something they call
the
it.
discovery.
Discovery. Motion of discovery.
There you go.
So look, so I'm waiting to the motion of discovery. Before I say anything,
I ain't saying nothing there, but that's
I ain't saying nothing there, but that's what you're supposed to do. The lawyer gonna come to you and tell you what they got against you, so they can know exactly how to proceed with the thing. But until then, what shouldn't be in motion of discovery is you.
Then she said,
Tricking on yourself.
Tricking on your motherfucking self. Like you should never be in the motion.
Yeah, I had my boyfriend come hit the truck.
She wanted to go to jail.
and then they present that information back to you.
Yo!
As the discovery.
As the
Oh, Lord.
You know what I'm talking about? Everything else out the window. You're the motion. What's in the discovery? You bitch.
We discovered.
Like at that point,
we discovered that she knew, and she
you know what
told
I'm talking
me.
Yeah, that's rough. Because this is what they basically telling you everything they got against you. And 90% of it is what you said.
DA,
Jesus.
I rest my case. That's what the DA
My
said.
boyfriend wanted to strangle her. Like,
Boy, you should see this mugshot.
I see him.
Look.
Oh, you let
Where I'm
me
at.
Look at Buddy's face.
Shut your
He
mouth.
know what that is. Look at Buddy. He like, if I
The
ever see
picture,
this chick.
his picture, his
And
mug
He got that
shot
look,
say,
if I ever get close to this.
He rolled
His
his
mug-
eyes.
his
really.
mug-
He looking like I
say-
can't believe.
his mug shot say, this bitch done opened her motherfucking mouth. That's what his mug shot say.
Yeah, no, mugshot saying right there, if
This
I ever
bitch.
get close to this chick.
They better
You
not
know,
ever
that's
say
that
me
if
to
I
pull
ever
up.
get close to this chick face. If I ever get close, that's what they doing. But hey man, and that's today's segment of We Can't Make This Up.
Can't make this shit up. So today's topic is I think it's a hot topic, and it's a little bit more detailed than what I feel like we usually do. So Rocco over here had this idea for everybody to populate a list of 10 things that makes a person a good man or a good woman according to you. And because this was all his bright idea, we're gonna let him.
No,
kick
we're
it
not
out.
gonna do that. So what we're gonna end up doing? because with all of the circumstance situations surrounding, we weren't really able to go into in depth, but we can stay on topic with that. We can do that.
Okay.
But in the gist of it, in that mind's eye, we can all go around the table and then list what we think goes with each
Okay.
individually, and then we'll
That
grow
works.
We're gonna start the same
organically.
age since he done eating.
We'll grow with this organically.
So what does
That
it mean
works.
for somebody to be a good woman? What does that mean to you?
To you.
A good woman?
A good
Yeah.
woman.
Y'all shouldn't start with me.
Now we wanted 10 things, but we gonna let you freestyle.
Yeah,
Whatever
let's
comes to mind.
freestyle segment today, man.
I mean, somebody that's definitely a friend to you.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that always is there by your side to have your back through all the good times and bad times.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that does, when you having a hard day, will always make you laugh. Someone that's definitely a companion to you. Somebody that's gonna be there to go chase whatever your dream is with you. Definitely somebody that's gonna be supportive, which you have to support them as well. Somebody that's a lover. Definitely somebody that you can have a conversation with.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that's smart enough to tell you when you wrong.
Right.
Somebody that's smart enough to tell you when you're doing things that are good. Somebody that can challenge you, because you don't want nobody you can just run over. Definitely somebody that you can challenge. Somebody that's a good mother. And then
If they're a mother, right?
you know what motherly traits are. And then also, I mean, somebody that's just down for you, period. So
That's a typical male. Those are typical male qualities we look for in women. Like that's what we go. Like I'm sitting there listening.
you
to
definitely
like,
gotta be beautiful as well.
That make you a good one?
It make us
it
look
does.
like bad. That'll help me overlook a lot of bad.
That's part of the
Sometimes they say the ones that ain't so cute be the best
Hey.
ones because they got your back. Like,
That
they
go
got
back
your
to
other
what
back.
y'all was talking about with arm candy. He just pulled the whole arm candy move on right there. What y'all was talking about last week. With
That
the
was
arm
with Sugar
candy, he
Daddies.
pulled the whole arm candy
That was
move.
with Sugar Daddies.
Definitely got to be beautiful. You know, my arm, you understand me? That's amazing. I guess y'all want me to go next. For the ladies.
You know what? I can
Was
go
that
there.
10?
Cause I'm so mad.
That was about 10. Cause I didn't think you was gonna
I'm
go
not
that
gonna
long.
go. I'm not
I'll
gonna
take
go.
So you gonna do man? You gonna do a man right now? What's a good man? Or you
Yeah,
gonna
to
do a
me,
woman?
yeah. Cause I'm
Okay,
not.
so
I
you
don't
gonna do
women.
men? You don't do women?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
I do dick. Okay.
Side note. Did y'all see the video of what they said? Date me?
Okay.
Yeah.
Found out.
Dick at the end.
Okay, so that just blew me. I was like, oh
That's
my
your first time
goodness, I'm this old, I never do that. I'm
That's your
like,
first time hearing that?
first time ever, dick at the end.
And
That's-
let me tell you something.
Anybody, we still open on live, man. We still open on live right
Yeah.
now. Everybody who knew that date means dick at the end, please comment in there, because I had no idea.
Let me tell you something.
No, comment if you actually believe that's
Me
real.
and-
That's
okay.
not a
So
real
Trixie just
thing.
said a good woman is true to herself. I definitely agree.
True.
That's what
Okay.
Trixie said.
That's what Trixie said.
Well,
Okay.
she always, she tricking someone because her name ain't Trixie. But it's a whole other
So check
story.
this out.
Be
So-
true to yourself, Trixie.
So me and my guy was talking about the date thing, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, you know, he was telling me, he was like, you know what that mean, right? And I, you know, we talking about like dick at the end. I'm like, okay. Sometimes women be looking forward to it. I'm just
And
saying.
that's a side note story. So,
I'm just
what's
saying.
a good man? We gonna stay
So,
to
okay, so a good man to me is number one, loyalty. A person,
I was coming behind you with it.
a person that does not give up on you. A person that loves you.
Wow, we were just talking about that.
A person that strengths matches yours. Man, I got so dang on many because I'm just thinking about the one I got at home, because this is the person that
That's
he
what it's
is.
supposed to be based on.
This is who he is.
Go ahead.
He got my back 100%. When I'm not feeling it, he'll be like, "Listen, this is what you gonna do." He got my back 100%. He my right hand, my left hand, my everything. You know what I'm saying? Because he is the type of person that'll put me in my place, and I know it's coming from a good place. It's not coming from a hater's
It's
point of
not
view.
coming from pride. It's not.
It's coming from love. You know what I'm saying? Because he mean it. he only come for your jugular because he love you. He don't do it because he a hater, because that ain't him. A person that respects you, of course. Honesty, of course. But my main thing with him, and I had to grow because at first, in my last relationship, I was a communicator, and this one I stopped being a communicator because my last one I was the only one communicating, and I couldn't get no communication back.
Right.
So I had to learn how to communicate with him. I had to learn how to communicate with him because I lost my communication with my last person because I was the only one communicating. So I gave up. He didn't let me do that. He like, tell me what you want. Like, you know what I'm saying? Only thing I can do is give you an answer. Tell me what you want. So I'm starting to communicate with him better. And like, we see eye to eye. Like, business, pleasure, everything. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it ain't your business. Shut up. It's my turn. That's your pleasure.
Again, you be sitting there on the drum.
No,
It's my
I
turn.
always be shooting them little shots.
Hey, this my turn.
Trug, we ain't finna be talking about that.
No, I'm not gonna say that, but I'm just saying we see eye to eye.
Oh, you sure you ain't always eye to eye. Somebody is, sometimes there's other positions by
Somebody
the
else
eye.
knows.
Two
But
heads.
anyway,
Two heads is better than one.
And
Love you, babe.
we going girl, boy, girl. It's that song you
Go ahead,
play.
Sharp. I love you, cousin.
you don't
could've
just
kept
stick
going,
me
but
in the
she
two heads
definitely-
is better than one moment. I
I could have kept going,
So-
but she definitely hit a few that I.
She boy, listen. The mind's out for me, you know, the level of a good woman generally is someone who has your best interest at heart.
Yes.
Because you gotta understand that if I'm in a relationship with you, I'm gonna have your best interest at heart. I need that reciprocated.
And sometimes I don't know one way.
Loyalty means a lot to me
Yeah.
Agreed.
on a whole lot of different levels.
Mhm.
But if I understand that you're loyal to me and what's best for me, and it ain't nothing in this world I won't do for you.
Yes.
Right.
In that mind's eye to understand that. So loyalty goes a long, long way. And beyond loyalty, it's just those who pay attention to me.
Mhm.
To me, a good woman knows her man.
Mm-hmm.
She understands her man. She understands when he's had a bad day.
Yep.
Mhm.
She understands when he needs to be uplifted.
Mhm.
You know, in a lot of cases, it's always expected that the man should know what the woman is thinking.
No, okay.
But that can't be the case, man. Communication rules the nation. You got to be able to talk it, but body language is a way of communicating as well. And if I walk in and I'm exhausted, I'm tired, or I done came in and you notice something about my language and my body, I feel like a good woman knows when her man done had a long day, and she should understand what it takes to help him unload that long day.
Right.
So,
Because with me, a good woman knows how to deal with me mentally first.
yeah.
I need you to understand where I'm coming from on a mental front, because if you taking care of me mentally, then we definitely gonna be taking care of each other physically. So to me, that's where we at on the level of a good woman, is understanding that everything that she does, everything that she brings to the relationship is in the betterment of us growing into something being beyond where we were when we met. Because to me, everything good. There's a lot going on. So with that being said, to me, you know, it's when I'm trying to grow, or if I'm trying to get better, a good woman should always be able to give her man some input on it. She should be able to be the backbone and the strength for that woman. Like, prime example, look at Betty Shabazz with Malcolm.
Mhm.
You know, look at Coretta Scott with Martin. You know, those women were standing with their men while their men was out here trying to change society.
Mhm.
You know, it wasn't that they were staying home.
Right.
It wasn't that they were just making sure the dinner was hot. No, man, they played a part in the
Right.
movement.
Right.
They were the mothers of the movement as well.
Right.
And to me, a good woman who's standing with and beside her man is also part of the movement. So whatever we're trying to put together as a man, as me, I'm looking at it from my perspective as a man who's trying to do multiple things. you all know, it's a multitude of things that I have on the table that I'm trying to get off. That's generational change that's coming for all of us. And me and him are trying to put it together. And to me, a good woman understands that about her man, supports that about her man, and be Johnny on the spot when it's time for her to play her part to help her man get there. To me, those are the strokes. Plus, speaking of strokes, you know.
Oh no, don't stroke
Also, you know.
Talk about speaking of
A
stroke.
good woman should also understand when a
Don't
man,
stroke it. Don't
you
stroke
know,
it.
need, you know, get off a little bit of something, man.
Keisha, your turn.
The potential of man take care of that business. You know what I'm
He's like,
saying?
cut him off, cuz, cut him off.
But she's standing over here talking about 2 heads better than one. With her head. Okay. Go, Mish.
Well, so whenever this topic comes up,
With this pretty hair color, y'all check her out.
It's my birthday weekend. If you did not know, it's still the weekend of Mish, you know. 01/22/85. But listen.
That's some stir fry.
Yeah,
So I always get kind of like mixed up on this because there's a good man and then there's the good man for me. And I could think somebody is a damn good man and just he still not be the one for me. So to me, like it's hard to just stick with good man because a good man is, as you said, the basics are for a good woman: loyal, compassionate, got your back, don't give up on you. That's kind of like what we all want. But then there are things that are specific, like cuz I think you got into some of the things that were specific to your mission.
Yeah, that's all
So,
I care about.
yeah, but a woman
That's
could
what
be
it's about.
a woman could be a good woman though and not fit all that criteria, but she's still good. She just ain't the woman for you.
True.
Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, it's differences because
Well, that's all I can relate to.
right. So I mean, in my opinion, so I think the first thing that's important, and I'm interchanging them. I just want to make that known because if this don't fit your description, this don't mean you're not a good man. You just wouldn't be a Misha man. You know, I want to be specific.
A Misha man.
You wouldn't be a Misha
True
man.
story.
Eminem.
So the first thing is wholeness of self. I think that when you don't know who you are and where you're going, and when you have a lot of insecurities, you butthurt over a bunch of shit that happened from your past. You got problems with women that are undealt with, whether they come from your mama or another source. Like I just think that men oftentimes come in with just so many demons that they haven't even tried to resolve on their own. So my first thing, if you're a good man, you done went to therapy, you done talked to your friends, family, you done went to church, got prayer, whatever your belief system is, you done tapped into that and made sure that you were fully whole and presentable for a woman so that she not coming in grabbing your baggage. We all gonna bring in some, but you should want to limit that on a person before you ever even meet them.
That girl's like, with the church and got
Therapy
prayer.
first. So you're a good man because you went to therapy.
I said therapy,
In the
talk to friends and family, whatever it takes to heal yourself. But I think that being a good man means, I think that being a good man means that you didn't come in needing your woman to become your therapist and walk you through all your darkest days. I feel like you should come in with a certain amount of wholeness. Like in group chats, they always say, why does money matter? Because I don't want a nigga coming out the shelter because I don't want to have to move you in because you fucked up out here. Be whole. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying be emotionally and financially whole. Whole ain't perfect. Whole is whole.
I'm definitely going to go see me a therapist.
And then what's wrong with that though? You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with being in total command of yourself before you try to bring somebody in on some share my world shit. That's what a good man is to me. And I think that that's going to spill over into other areas. I don't think that he'll be jealous if he's whole. I don't think that he'll be selfish if he's whole. I have a whole list of things that I think that you no longer deal with once he's coming in a certain way with a certain peace of mind and peace of self. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to have to be his peace because his world is hell, but I want to help him maintain the peace he's created in his own life. So I just want somebody that's healthy, emotionally healthy, physically healthy. We getting kind of upwards in age. Care about your health. Don't be eating all that fat back and all that shit and the thing I'm gonna take care of you when you 55. You know what I'm saying? Like, be healthy mentally, be healthy financially. Not meaning you rich, but meaning you can pay all your bills unassisted and you can save. And you can save. So just, I'm going to say a good man is a healthy man in all areas of his life, though he will not be perfect still. And then aside from that, I just want somebody that's going to be compassionate and supportive of my dreams and really just give me back what I put out there. And that's it. I think it's super simple, but I think it can be super complex depending on where a person is.
We just gave you 4 different perspectives of the whole thing, and a lot of them was in agreement and some of it wasn't. And in that context, you know, we all tend to always, we're going to always caution on the air what we've experienced in a lot of situations.
Mm-hmm.
So in the event, you know, it's your list is your list, my list is my list, so we can't never really bash it because that's who we are. I mean, that's what that was your perspective of it.
Mm-hmm.
And in that mind's eye, we all are in search of our significant other. The person that we can go through life with peacefully, we can go through life, you know, prosperously and be happy. Because in search of finding that significant other is also being in search of finding happiness.
True.
You know, because initially we were created in pain.
Right.
So everybody's constantly looking for that significant other.
Right.
Trixie
You know,
said love language.
Oh.
Okay, that's the proper way of saying that two heads are better than one.
Yeah.
But no, I'm glad Trixie brought that up because now that comes up in dating. Like, hey,
Yes.
what are your love languages? For those of you who don't know, there are physical touch, quality time, acts of service, gifts, and words of affirmation. And words of affirmation. So the way that love languages work is however you speak it, however you like. If my love language is gifts, I'm gonna give gifts when I love someone. But what if they don't care about gifts? What if they just like physical? What if they just like attention? What if they like words of affirmation? So I'm buying diamonds for them because I want diamonds, but really they just want to hear I love you. So it's the skill of learning how to give people the love that they want instead of the love that you want. And I think that's important for all these conversations as well. Know your love language and know how to speak someone else's comfortably.
True.
Yeah, because I'm all about love language. I speak fluently in love language.
So, today, we had a great show today. Let's do our final thoughts on our last 2 minutes. Let's start it with you, Rocco, since you just got back to the table. Final thoughts.
My final thought, man, politics as usual, in the words of Jay-Z, man, you know, and everything we do out here, man, we got to understand at some point, we got to learn how to politic. And you got to understand, even when you don't think you politic, you got to understand that politicking is important.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even in these streets. Even when you're dealing, it don't just stop here. It goes all the way up the chain. I mean, Obama was a hell of a politician. He got sitting in the seat where he was running the world. So understand that politics, when you in whatever level you in, you gotta understand you gotta play your position, play your part when you're trying to get an awareness out there in front of somebody.
True. Oh, one of our viewers asked who made that beautiful food, amazing looking food they see on the table. Your girl, Chef Keisha, hooked that up, y'all. Just to let y'all know, I made a stir fry,
Hey, it's
a
banging,
chicken and shrimp stir fry, y'all. To hook my people
It
up.
go hard.
We got a couple of pics of me getting down, so we're gonna put them in there too. Sorry, go ahead, Rocco.
No, I'm not.
Was that your final thought?
No, my final thought is Dreadhead Cowboy, Mr. Hollingsworth, keep doing your thing.
Yes,
don't
we
stop
support
doing what
you.
you're doing. We support you 100%. Keep us updated with your court dates and what's going on, so we can keep the people updated. Let us know if you need anything.
I'm definitely trying to help him though. I'm definitely getting a tone with him to help him out with some of the stuff he's working on. That's definitely a great cause.
That's
Kids,
huge.
yeah, because
That's
we all got
Thing with
kids.
kids, you know, I
I just don't like how people the people try to shut him out, and he ain't got
They try to do
support.
it.
No support behind the people he was doing things for, like
Exactly.
Lori Lightfoot and you know what I'm saying, different stuff like that. So yeah, that's not good.
What's your final thought?
My final thought is a culmination of it all. And on that note, what you on?
What you on?
Podcast.
What you on?
Hold on. Damn, y'all skipped me.
Oh,
You
I
did
thought you
it.
just said something.
Oh,
We
final
got-
thought though. I
What
just
you
had
what
it
was
up.
that? What you
Damn.
talking about?
Hey man, we sober. I ain't drink nothing. I don't know how he
God
sleep.
damn.
Go ahead, bro.
Look, the greatest pleasure in life is doing what people say you can't do. That's my final thought.
Yo, Jerry Springer acting
All
there.
right, man.
What you on?
He done ruined the movie.